Radio station Oluyole FM 98.5, 6:30 on your number one radio. It is time for conversation with Dayo and Tola.
A very good morning to you from wherever you're listening across the world. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM. Check your time, it's 6:30 a.m. Time for conversation with Dayo and Tola. Who am I? I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba. Good morning.
All right, you're welcome. This is a network program coming to you live from the stables of Oluyole 98.5 FM right here in our studios at Orita Bashono Ibadan. The building, the facility is called Ilia Kede, where we reach out to the world regarding what you need to know. And this program is where we give you news you can use. Newspaper review with top-notch analysis, and of course you get to contribute from wherever you are. It's a network program, which means we're also live on our sister stations to it Agility 92.1 FM and Okiogun 96.3 FM. Big good morning to all our online audience on Facebook, facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, and Twitter at Oluyole FM. Our website remains the same, www.bcus.tv/listen. And of course you can also check us out on Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM, on Radio Garden, and the online radio platform mixla.com/Oluyole FM. So anywhere you go, just type Oluyole FM. There's only one all over the world. There's only one. Any other one is a counterfeit. Of course, the beauty of Facebook and Twitter is that we are streaming live on those two feedback channels. So go on Oluyole 98.5 FM on Facebook and at Oluyole FM on Twitter. You can watch the studio live from anywhere in the world. You can type it and text it to anybody anywhere in the world. They'll be able to connect with the program. Once again, you are welcome. Today is the 15th day of September 2020. Thank you so much for joining us. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
And I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
Petrol price, electricity tariff hikes, TUC, NECA, ASU talk tough as federal government meets labor today. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. It has a writer. TUC issues 7-day ultimatum. Plans nationwide protests beginning September 23. We will convince Congress orders on price increases at today's meeting, says FG. That's on the front page of the Punch newspaper.
And on a failed state, presidency's reaction disappointing, worrying, say Afenifere, NEF, Ohaneze, MBF, Pandef. All this on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Passengers stranded as Arik workers strike grounds airline. That's on page 22 of the Punch newspaper.
And health workers strike may reverse COVID-19 response gains, says PTF. That's on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Okay. All right. U.S. extends visa ban to Edo, Ondo, poll offenders. That's on page 12 of the Punch newspaper.
How are they going to identify them?
Because we don't prosecute such people. So how will you?
It also says that U.S. imposes a visa ban on election riggers in Kogi, Bayelsa, Ondo, Edo. From page 4.
America, we know. So they have their ways of. All right. Okay. How Adeosun saved me when I was first ambushed. Now that Adeosun was not the former minister, I say Major General. Okay, yeah, and that's Buratai talking, the chief of army staff, talking about how General Adeosun saved his life when he was ambushed, and that details of that on page 11 of the Punch newspaper.
Now General Buratai's life was saved, but some FRSA officers were not so fortunate yesterday. It says they have banned killed 2 FRSA officers, abduct 10. That has gunmen kill local government director in Ekiti. Couple in a platoon. Hoodlums beat policeman to death in Ogun. A man shot dead over shawarma.
Wait, how much is shawarma? Shot dead.
And somebody pulled a gun and killed someone
because of shawarma.
Also, court members kill OPC coordinator, 2 others in Lagos. Bloody day throughout the country.
That yesterday was okay. And here comes another one from Lagos. Train crushes Lagos trader attempting to save son in SUV. This happened in Lagos, somewhere around the Oshodi axis. Wow. Bloody day, just like you said. Pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Pictures speak here on the front page of the Punch newspaper.
There were also reports of attacks and abductions in Kaduna yesterday as well. It says the fire at the INEC office in Ondo. It says the electrical surge responsible for Ondo INEC fire, and that's coming from the police. That's on page 30 of the Nigerian Tribune. No other INEC fires before this one. Is it has there also been electrical surge, and why do the surges always occur when elections are coming?
And it's that location where they kept containers. They didn't surge inside the main building. That container was outside the building. That's where electrical surge happened. We understand.
And it's always the same pattern.
Those who are smart know themselves. It's those who are not so smart that are wondering what is going on. Welcome to Nigeria. All right. Lagos berates LASU management protesting workers lockout VC. Orders. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper. I think I saw that short clip. Even the VC was outside the gate responding to pressmen. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper if you want details of that story.
Court remand 6 in prison for sex video at Oshogo Shrine. Page 27.
Wait. People don't even fear this.
What manner of desecration
inside the shrine? Some people have liver. Okay. All right. Okay. I think the gods will judge this one. Not just the gods.
Of the gods.
Okay. All right. Ogun orders 40 communities to relocate before flood disaster. That's on page 11 of the Punch newspaper.
31,000 policemen, 5 wrecks for Ondo Poll. Policemen not on election duty but moving about in mufti or uniform to be arrested, says IGP. INEC captures on credible poll explains how smart Kadrida Z-Pad will work. Candidates would prove prophets of doom wrong, says Oba of Benin. And candidates to sign peace accord today. And vote according to your conscience. That's coming from Odige Oyegun.
Okay. He's not endorsing any candidate.
Yeah, that's why I said should vote according to their conscience.
He was a former national chairman of a major party. At least if he should endorse his party personnel. Are you not seeing what I'm saying?
He's not very happy with them.
But he's still a member. He's still a member of that party.
Yeah.
Wow, that says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot. Well, Nasarawa Highway gunmen kill 2 FRC officials. The story took the other time. Abduct 10. Page 5 of the Punch newspaper.
And the AFCC arrests 2 lecturers, 20 others for alleged internet fraud in Kuala. That's page 27. The ivory towers are not insulated from these things.
Okay. Abiola's Cameroonian wife briefed me to challenge son's detention. That's Barrister Mike Ozekume, SAN. speaking there, and details on page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
Again, DSS grills Melafia for 3 hours. If I perish in this course, I perish, he says.
Sounds like Esther. All right. Johesu paralyzes hospitals as health workers protest unpaid allowance.
Nigerians are united in anxiety, says Awolowo Dosumu. The anxiety spreads across, according to everyone.
Well, 4 people have been arrested for beating policeman to death in Ogun State. That's on page 5 of the Punch newspaper.
People have a lot of guts too.
Well, Dangote refinery may not reduce fuel price. Kirio. I hope you are hearing.
And there was so much hope. Regarding the operations of that refinery. What is
Tola, I've forgotten the year, but I can remember clearly a statement made by Mr. Tai Shulani, popular educationist. He said, "Blessed are those who do not hope, for they shall not be disappointed." End of quote. Dangote refinery may not reduce fuel price, says federal government.
And they are the ones speaking.
Better write it down. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Coming from them, they know what they are saying.
Exactly.
Bureau de change operators predict Naira stability. From the business page of the Nigerian Tribune.
When Bureau de change is telling you that Naira will be stable, you wonder where is central bank.
And the stability to whose interest begin to.
I'm telling you, if Abudu in Sabo is the one telling me that my Naira will be welcome to Nigeria. Okay, let's go to Edo. Edo decides. Okay, before we go on that break, we have to pay. Before we take that headline, let's go on a break. We'll soon be back. Don't go anywhere.
Bye bye, my pikin.
You don't go gym?
I never reach for that one.
Okay. I beg make you help us buy mango and garden egg come.
This no be the season. I know go dey market. Shey you sabi say everything for life get your own time.
I sabi that one.
Why you come dey ask for wetin you know say no follow?
No worry, make you just go where you dey go. When you come back, we go sit down talk.
Make we dey talk am now before I come out.
You been a talk say you go want make we rest small after this pikin wey we born.
I talk am because of the thing wey elder been tell me about childless spacing.
Yes o, na true. Aunty nurse talk say e go help my body rest well before I carry another belle.
No worry yourself, my dear.
See as belle dey sweet me say we dey talk about this matter.
No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
So glad to know you're there. It's still conversation with Dayo and Tola. We're taking headlines. Edo decides 2020. Obaseki asks INEC to deploy drones, use ZPAD. That's on page 12 of the Punch newspaper. I think Professor Mahmoud already said they will not be using ZPAD. Actually, I was rooting for that ZPAD because it's the next level of elections. In fact, it would seriously reduce rigging, if not stamp it out totally. That as they are counting votes in each polling unit, you can watch it online from anywhere you are. You will see it as it's being recorded live and direct from each polling unit. That's the next level. But they said they won't be deploying it. I mean, the INEC chair already said they will not be deploying it.
But this one, that electrical surge is occurring in INEC office. Definitely some people may also not want the ZPAD to work.
It could be part of it. Well, again, NBC warns broadcasters, threatens sanctions. Tola. Hope you are hearing. Again, NBC warns broadcasters, threatens sanctions, and of course, please deploy 31,000 officers for Edo governorship poll. All the 3 stories about Edo on page 12 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay. I know how to go to Baba Obasanjo's recent speech, and as to why NBC is not taking up the media organizations.
NBC will arrest Obasanjo. Okay. All right.
Nigeria moved towards homegrown COVID-19 treatment. That inappropriate remuneration. Ogu doctors may commence strike September 30. And a sad one here. Ayo Akinwale, Nollywood actor, academic, dies at 74.
Yeah. May so rest in peace. 74. He tried. He has contributed his quota. Well, Nigeria has capacity to find COVID-19 cure. Okay. That's the president of NAS talking there. We have capacity, but are we utilizing it? Okay. Rivers vigilantes urge IG to rescind order banning firearms, and we have workers threatening to ground Rivers Assembly over unpaid allowances. Accept candidate recommended by NJC as CJ, NBA tells Ayade. All that on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
And will remain impartial in tackling Boko Haram bandits, says Buratai. That was during his recent visit to Governor Sheyi Makinde in Oyo State. And fake Amotekun recruitment officer arrested in Oyo. Did I so people will do?
I hope you will not be collecting money from people like that and be promising them appointments. Interesting. Interesting. Or is it recruitment now? Oh, the shawarma story is also here. Customer shoots man dead over shawarma. Fleas. Interesting. I'm sure there must be motivation. It's not just shawarma, because I don't want to believe it's just all right. There are more stories there.
Okay, now to this one, other cult members kill OPC coordinator, 2 others in Lagos. And also about this one, federal government trains 200 youths in 3 local governments on peace building in Osun. And a rail group tax ECOWAS boss on Trans-West African Railway.
You have Nigerian Air Force rains bombs on bandits' hideouts in Zamfara forest. And you have Kogi warns officials against illegal fuels as schools reopen. Activists storm DSS Kaduna office, demand whistleblowers release. All that on page 11 of the Punch newspaper.
Another fuel price hike and power tariff increase. TUC demands reversal plans on national protest. NHIS committed to federal government resolve to protect Nigerians against COVID-19, says Professor Sambu. And ILO welcomes G20 commitment to inclusive employment-focused recovery from COVID-19 crisis. All this from the Labour page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Well, oil price fell to $39 on Monday, but Nigeria's output actually increased. So, and OPEC has decided to cut output and mid to forecast for demand in 2020-2021. Oil falls to $39. Nigeria's output rises. OPEC cuts forecast for demand in 2020-2021. That's on the business and economy, a page of the Punch newspaper. That's page 19 of the Punch newspaper.
And the troubles within the state chapters of APC appears to be spreading. We have armed policemen take over Jigawa APC secretariat.
Wow.
Things are not at ease with the Jigawa APC.
They sort themselves out in time. CBN unveils solar intervention fund. Okay. And you have some stories. Stock exchange, SEC says digital assets offerings will be regulated. And the Nigerian Communications Commission is also in the news today. NCC raises the alarm on fraudulent calls and text messages. There should be a way that these service providers should be able to tackle this. on their platforms. There should be a way they can monitor people sending false messages about them being bank agents, or there should be a way to work on this.
Well, the people who do these things too, they actually prey on the greed of Nigerians, of their victims.
We should protect those who do not know. It's not a crime to be ignorant sometimes.
When something looks too good to be true, we want to be cautious. We should proceed with caution.
Well, everybody wants free money. It's unfortunate. Greed kills. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. State of origin, religion won't determine next UI Vice Chancellor. Okay, says the current Vice Chancellor of the University of Ibadan. That's on page 26 of the Punch newspaper.
Well, I stand very much with him on that, because in some quarters, actually, some people have been kneeling for such considerations, ethnic considerations, religious considerations, and just as far as I know, the University of Ibadan has been insulated from such things as far back as I can remember. So I think
it's gradually creeping in. Some are already campaigning that it must be an Ibadan, not even Oyo State, Ibadan indigene, and all that. But me, I would say, let the best.
Let the best man. Let the best man.
The most competent hands. That's what matters here. It's an ivory tower. You shouldn't pander to whatever. Well, people have their reasons. Okay. More stories before we go to sports.
It's good to go for sports.
All right. On page 29 of the Punch newspaper, the sports page precisely, you have agents to shine in Syria. Okay, that's on page 29 of the Punch newspaper.
And Mourinho blast lazy Tottenham players. He also says there are 240 golfers for IGC Captain's Day. And NFF needs to do more for MPFL, says Bayo Adigun. Page 31 of the Nigerian Tribune.
You have Ilechukwu committed to Heartland despite unpaid salaries. PSG back Neymar after Marseille red card. Ajagba targets 14th win against Rees, and that's on September 19. Fans applaud Okpotu over top scorer award. That should be about that. Okay, still have a little bit, some more stories. Fuludu kicks as NFF insists on fresh DSFA election today. Messi tops 2020 highest earning footballers list. Ronaldo is second, Neymar is third, Mbappe fourth, Salah is fifth, and Paul Pogba is sixth. You want the full details? Check the sports page of the Punch newspaper. EPL, Wolves subdue Blades in opener, and that's that from the sports page of the Punch newspaper.
Before we proceed, I quickly like to take the sidelines that caught my attention on the back page of the Nigerian Tribune. It says when Libyan staged.
Maybe this is the reason why some people say